Looking for adventure along Blue Ridge Parkway?
Stay tuned to find out. Hey everybody, I'm Hal Cohn.
And I'm Chris Cohn with Cohn Realty Group.
If this is your first time to our channel, please make sure you click that subscribe button and the bell icon so that you're notified each and every time we release a new video about living, working, and playing in the amazing Roanoke Valley and the adventure that we have to offer.
That's right, we do have a lot of adventure and we're going to tell you about that today. But if you're interested in moving to or within Roanoke, Salem, Botetourt, or surrounding areas, or know someone who is, we would love to have a conversation with you, answer your questions, and help you discover why this place is worth moving to. You can call us, you can text us, or you can email us.
Hey, so we are at Explore Park today, which is on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and this is going to be our home base for our video today, where we're going to tell you about all the great things in the Roanoke region that are along the Blue Ridge Parkway for you to do when you visit the area, or more importantly, when you actually live here.
So can I tell them about the history?
Yes, absolutely. How could I forget? It's history time, history lesson.
Well,
get your notepad out.
I know, this is more like about, just in case you've never heard of the Blue Ridge Parkway, it's been coined America's favorite drive, and it's 469 miles along the Blue Ridge Mountains, which is in the Appalachian Mountains. But it cuts through about over 20 counties in Virginia and North Carolina. And what does it connect to the north? Do you remember that?
Shenandoah National Park, right?
Yeah.
All the way down to the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
Right.
So it connects those two.
Yeah, and I mean, what a beautiful drive. People love being on the scenic drive. It's very popular, and there's lots of activity along the way.
Yep, and so when's the most popular time to be on that drive?
You know, it had definitely the fall for our beautiful fall foliage. And this is the most visited National Park Service unit for every year since 1949, except for 4 years.
4 years, only 4 years it wasn't the most popular destination.
Yeah, and also, like we said, it's owned by the National Park Service, so it's well maintained. And what I love is when you're driving down the Blue Ridge Parkway or cycling down, you can see beauty on each side because there's what's called a view shed that's protected. So you're not going to be traveling past
high rises,
right,
and tons of construction, you know, big gaudy type of buildings. You're going to have nature on each side of
That's
you,
right,
and views for miles when you stop at some of the overlooks.
So another little piece of history that I think is really fascinating is that it began, I know, with bated breath, right? It began during Franklin Roosevelt's administration back in, actually on your birthday, September 11th, but not that long ago.
I'm
You weren't born.
I'm not as old as the Blue Ridge Parkway people. Wow, thanks a lot.
Your birth date, I should say. September 11th, 1935. You definitely were not born. And it took 52 years to be fully complete.
Yeah, and whenever you're traveling the Blue Ridge Parkway, the great thing is, like we said, there's lots of things to do along the way. So there are hiking trails,
Yes,
there are scenic overlooks, there's campgrounds, there's picnic areas, and not only can you drive the Blue Ridge Parkway, people really love to cycle and motorcycle down it. So what's that like? They like to bike in multiple ways?
Right.
So,
Motorcycle touring
Yes.
is the right terminology, I
yeah,
think.
so the speed limit on there is like 45 miles an hour, so you can
Right.
take a leisurely drive if you're on your motorcycle. If you're cycling, you get to see some great hills and you get to see some amazing views,
Right.
that type of thing along the way. So it's very popular for the cyclists around here as well, for those who like to ride on the road.
Yeah, and also it's not maintained in the winter as much, so some people go cross-country skiing
That's what I was
along
going to
it.
say. You can go snowshoeing
Right.
and cross-country skiing whenever the weather's just right along the Blue Ridge Parkway, because it's shut down.
All right, well, while we're standing in front of this beautiful wisteria, and although it's not native,
It's not
to
native.
the area, it is invasive. It has the most fragrant and delicious smell. I love it.
She loves it,
I do.
and you can just smell it from like yards away as we were walking over here.
Yes.
So beautiful landscaping here at Explore Park, where we are hanging out today, and we want to tell you about the Blue Ridge Parkway a little bit more. So as you're driving on the Blue Ridge Parkway, you're gonna see mile posts, not mile markers, but mile posts. And so along those mile posts are gonna be attractions and things to do. And the first one we wanna talk about is going to be the Peaks of Otter.
Great, excellent stop. This destination has it all. You can spend all day, all weekend here. But as Hal said, remember that there's 469 miles of the Parkway. So we're only gonna highlight the things that are right here in our region on our Blue Ridge Parkway area. But so yeah, mile marker 86 is Peaks of Otter. And here you're going to find a lodge, a restaurant. They have camping there. They have this gorgeous lake. I mean, it's so picturesque, but the main thing to do here is hiking. It's a lot of fun.
Everybody loves to hike there, and whenever you're riding around the valley, you can see 3 peaks over there at the Peaks of Otter, and we've got Sharp Top, we've got Flat Top, and then we also have, what was the other one?
I think it's Harkening Hill.
Harkening Hill.
I haven't heard that before.
No, we always hear about Sharp Top, but it's kind of interesting that Flat Top is actually the highest peak of the 3.
Yeah, it's almost 4,000 feet in elevation, and that's pretty amazing.
It is. That's high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one thing that we really love to do, there's a ton of picnic areas right along this beautiful rambling stream. We go out there, have a great picnic, the kids play in the stream, we walk around the lake. We haven't camped there at the campground yet, but I would like to. I think that would be a lot of fun.
We've been to the lodge to eat breakfast or
that's
lunch
true. Right.
over there, and it was really really good.
So definitely a stop you want to check out. Again, it's at milepost 86, the Peaks of Otter.
Okie dokie, so now let's talk about another mile post on the Parkway in the Buchanan area along the Blue Ridge Parkway here in the Roanoke Valley.
Yeah, it's 92.1 is the milepost, and it's called Purgatory Mountain.
That sounds scary, doesn't it? Like,
that does sound a
you
little
may or may
scary.
not want to visit there.
So Purgatory Mountain is famous for its views of Botetourt County, especially the town of Buchanan, which is such a quaint little town.
It is, it is.
Beautiful.
And the James River runs right through downtown. There's a swinging bridge there. And underneath the swinging bridge area, there is an outfitter there called Twin River.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, I said
that's
Twin
okay.
Creeks. I'm thinking about.
There's a brewery.
I'm thinking about the brewery. I have beer on the mind for some reason.
I don't know. Twin River.
So Twin River Outfitters in Buchanan, where you can kayak, you can do floating tubes. You can go tubing, so you can rent tubes there, and they'll take you to part of the river, and you can float on down to the actual outpost itself and get out. And then once you're out, you're gonna be hungry.
Oh yeah, we are always hungry. I love tubing the James.
And so after you've tubed the James, you can go over to this little soda fountain in downtown Buchanan, where you can get burgers, you can get milkshakes, you can get ice cream. So
good.
it's kind of the old style soda fountain that you would find inside of a pharmacy. So there's a pharmacy there along with a soda fountain, and I think you guys would really enjoy that. Okay, so we told you our base camp today for shooting videos is Explore Park. And so look what's right behind us. A big fat sign that says
We're
Explore
here.
Park. We are here. So if you didn't believe us, you better believe us now. And if people are traveling down the Blue Ridge Parkway, what milepost are they going to be looking for when they get ready to come into Explore Park?
Yeah, great question. You're gonna look for milepost 115.1. And I just noticed something, honey. I actually matched the logo.
You do. I don't know if that was subconscious, if you were doing some research or what, but you are representing
That's right.
Explore Park well today. We need to get you a little name tag that says Explore Park Ambassador.
That's right. I
Whoop,
like
whoop.
that. So Explore Park is going to be your premier destination for outdoor adventure. It's so fun. There's so much to do here, and they're always trying to enhance the experience that you have here.
Yes, they are. And one experience that our oldest daughter and I have come and partaken in over the last couple years is going to be Treetop Quest, which is a zip line adventure where you've got all these different obstacles. There's a big mesh trampoline in the trees.
Wow.
And so it's a lot of fun, lots of skill. You can be any skill level to be able to do it. I think you have to be 7 or above, maybe age-wise. But you know, you can find the information on their website. But it's a lot of fun. You're in the treetops, you navigate through and have an exemplary time amongst the trees.
The treetops.
Yeah.
What I like is that it's really tucked into the forest. So it's not this clear-cut area that's gonna be sweltering in the winter. They've really done a good job with
Sweltering
land.
in the winter.
I mean,
Sweltering in the summer,
It's gonna be
folks.
sweltering in the summer. Goodness gracious, sorry about that. It's gonna be very comfortable and shaded and nice, and you feel like you really are, you know, a little monkey swinging from treetop to treetop.
I like it, I like it. Yeah, and so if you're not from the area, you don't live here in Roanoke, and you want to visit and enjoy Explore Park for a few days, you have those options because they have multiple ways that you can camp here, between cabins and tent camping. You've got availability here on site to be able to do that. So that could be your home base for treetop quests, for
Right.
mountain biking,
Yes.
for hiking.
And taking part in the Blue Way. Let's talk about that. So you mentioned hiking. There's a ton of trails up here. A lot of people come here hiking, and also mountain biking. It lends itself to excellent mountain biking. And you've got access right to the Roanoke River to hit those Roanoke River Blue Way trails. And they have an outfitter down there now that you can go tubing and whatever you want. There's just so much to do. It's really awesome. So, and there's a little village behind us too, and that's got some activities going on. They have a visitor center there, and why don't you talk about Twin?
And then there's Twin Creeks Brewing Company, which is a brewery in Vinton, but then also they have an outpost here on site at Explore Park. So you can have dinner and you can also have beverages and just enjoy being out here in this amazing venue. Okay, so we are continuing our tour down south on the Blue Ridge Parkway here in the Roanoke region, and we want to talk to you about the Mill Mountain area, which is milepost
120, milepost 120. You're going to find Mill Mountain Zoo and Roanoke Star, and also the Discovery Center.
Yeah, and all three of those are attractions in and of themselves. That's what I was trying to think of. I couldn't think of the word there for a minute.
That's okay, you
But
got
Mill Mountain Zoo, not a huge zoo, but it's a mountaintop zoo where you can
So
take
sweet.
the kiddos, or
Yeah.
you can go out there and hang out as a family or friends or whatever. See some native animals, I think.
They do have some native animals, yes.
And then I know one of the favorite ones I like to look at is the porcupine.
I like the porcupine too. He's
Uh-huh.
a big guy.
He is. I had no idea they were that big. I've never
Yeah.
seen one in its element, thank goodness, because it probably would have actually shot
Quills at you.
quills at me.
I like the snow leopard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which
And
would not
it's-
be indigenous to the area.
No, we don't have, although I'm sure we have some sort of cougar or panther in the area.
Oh,
or
the
bobcat.
mysterious like mountain cougar.
Puma.
Yeah, puma.
I'm not sure. But the zoo always has programs going on, and there's this beautiful little wildflower trail walking to the zoo as well. So that's always fun. There's tons of like hiking in the area. You could have a great picnic on some of the grassy areas. And don't forget the overlook at the Roanoke
I was
Star.
gonna say, don't forget the star.
Yes, the Star was built in 1949 as a holiday attraction, and it was illuminated. I can't get off the history. It is just so fascinating. It's iconic to the area, right?
It is, yeah, absolutely.
But you'll have to go there, and there's a beautiful overlook of the entire Roanoke Valley. You're not going to want to miss.
yeah, you want to get you're gonna want to get a photo there, and then also I think you can tell your friends and family, hey, check me out on
Right.
on the webcam.
I think it's like
and you can
Star
actually wave
Cam.
at them. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be fun. Real time.
That's right. Yeah, real time, absolutely. And around there is also some mountain biking along the Mill Mountain also. So, I mean, again, outdoor adventure, if that's what you're looking for, you will find it amongst the great scenery here in the valley. So just a hop, a skip, and a jump away is gonna be Roanoke Mountain along the Blue Ridge Parkway for you.
Right, so at milepost 120.4, that is a really close encounter with
Not Close Encounter of the Third Kind. If you remember that
With-
movie from the 80s.
right, with Mill Mountain and Roanoke Star. You can just go over to Roanoke Mountain, and this is really unique because it's a 4-mile loop and with 2 overlooks, but one overlook faces the east and one overlook faces the west.
And
so
why is that important?
I just think it'd be really cool to see the sunrise over the
East
and the sunset over the.
in the west. I feel like I'm in 3rd grade again.
So it's a little insider hidden gem right there for you. If you want to check out sunrise or sunset, head to Roanoke Mountain at 120.4.
All right, so you need a stretch break. Well, we've got a great spot for you to stretch, and that's gonna be the Cajas Mountain Overlook along the Blue Ridge Parkway, which is about, I think I calculated about 19 miles south of where you were at the Roanoke Mountain overlooks.
Right, so it's at milepost 139. You could stop there and get a great view of the mountain ahead of you. And then
It's 3,500 feet in elevation, so another high peak in the area. Yeah.
I still love taking picnics out there or snacks. Like you said, stretch your legs, explore the area. Hop back in the car and keep on cruising.
Yeah, I just had a thought.
What?
Which could be good or bad. But how many of you actually pack your picnic lunches to take along your car trips anymore?
Yeah.
Because I remember back in the day, you know, I'm going off on a tangent here, but you just bear with me. We would pack up a cooler, we would pack up our bags, and we'd have like sandwiches and chips and drinks and whatever we needed for the trips. We didn't have to stop anywhere because because fast food wasn't as prolific at the time, maybe?
Right. And you know what? My parents, and I know yours did too, they actually packed like raw foods and they would stop at the waysides and actually grill food.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they stop. Yeah,
That's interesting.
we don't have any of those at the overlooks that I remember that we talked about today.
So.
But along the way, you will see some of those opportunities where you could like cook some burgers, cook some dogs, and you know, just make a day of it. Hey, we're still at Explore Park, as we said, for our base camp today, and right here is just the introduction. This is the first spot on the Treetop Quest. So just an FYI for you, here's part of the obstacle course that you can be a part of when you come and partake in Treetop Quest out here at Explore Park. But that's not the only place we're talking about today.
Right.
What is the next place on our agenda?
You're gonna head to milepost 167, which is Rocky Knob Recreational Park.
Yeah, and I had you say that because I was afraid I was going to say Rocky Top, which makes me think of Tennessee, and you know I'm a Georgia fan, so I don't like to think anything Tennessee.
I think I said recreational park. It's not a park, it's an area, recreational area. A little different.
There we go. Yeah, between the two of us, we'll get it right. Maybe.
Yeah. So again, milepost 167, Rocky Knob, and now I'm like thinking, second guessing myself. Is
it's
it Rocky
Knob. You're right. No, it's Rocky Knob.
It is Rocky Knob. All right. So what can you find at Rocky Knob?
At Rocky Knob, you're going to find a visitor center, you're going to find picnic area, you're going to find camping, and you're also going to find hiking trails.
Nice. That sounds like a great stop.
It's a great one. Absolutely. We are still on site here at Explore Park, and we are in front of Twin Creeks Brew Pub. And if you notice, I'm really close to Chris right here. And the reason for that is because she wants to get that little dining area right there. I want you to see that cool outdoor space that's here.
Yeah, there's like this whole seating area
site.
you can't see, and they have little fire pits in between the seating. I think it is so fun. I want to come out here, and lighting. So it's a really neat atmosphere.
Yeah, we're here during the weekday, so it's covered up on the weekends. They said they did better last year here at Explore Park, like had 8,000 visitors for Treetop Quest versus like 6,000 the year before.
Even during COVID.
Yeah, so that was cool. So anyways, we're in front of a brew pub, but we're gonna tell you about a winery that is along the Blue Ridge Parkway called Chateau Morissette and restaurant.
Right, so Chateau Morissette Winery and Restaurant can be found at milepost 171.5, and it's an award-winning winery. You can go there, enjoy the restaurant, the beautiful patio with gorgeous views. They usually have music and events, and you can also take a winery tour, which we did, and we had a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun because you do the winery tour, but then you get to sample the wine.
That's right, they have a great tasting room, and it's just a wonderful place to go and hang out for the day or sample some of Virginia wines and cruise on down through the Parkway.
As a reminder, we're telling you all the fun things to do along the Blue Ridge Parkway in the Roanoke region, and we're going to tell you about Mabry Mill now.
Right, so that's at milepost 176.1. You want to make sure you stop there. It's a historic grist mill and a restaurant and a gift shop.
Yeah, and they have pancakes.
They're pretty famous for their pancakes, actually.
You know, I'm the pancake aficionado. I have not had them yet, but I just told Chris we got to make a trip, and she's like, "Really?" I'm like, "Of course."
I would love to go. I'd love to go for the history, and you get your pancakes.
That's right. They are famous for their sweet potato, cornmeal, and buckwheat pancakes at the restaurant. So I don't think I've had cornmeal pancakes before.
I don't know either. Is that a breakfast food or a dinner food?
I don't know. But if you've had them, comment for us and let us know when you've had them, morning, noon, or night, and how they tasted.
And I'd also love to hear what you found, discovered, and explored. These are just some of the highlights. There's a lot more to the Blue Ridge Parkway, further north, further south, and even within the areas that the mileposts that we were sharing with you today. So let us know about that, what you found.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
All right, so newsflash. We are following tourists down the Blue Ridge Parkway today, and these are the things you need to know before you go.
That's right, Hal. Here's some things you need to know before you go. The most popular time to tour the Blue Ridge Parkway is in the fall. Ding! The Blue Ridge Parkway has short roads that connect with other highways, which means you can't always get off at the place that you directly need to get to, but it does allow for great traveling with minimal traffic. Ding! There is no fee for traveling the Blue Ridge Parkway.
Wow, you don't have to bring your wallet. Maybe you need your driver's license though. And there's more.
Ooh, yes, let me hop in. The roadway is not maintained in the winter, and some sections are impassable and closed off from late fall to early spring. The weather is extremely variable in the mountains.
Ooh, extremely
so
variable.
Conditions and closures can happen rapidly.
Be aware.
The speed limit is never higher than 45.
Park rangers will be watching you.
The Blue Ridge Parkway Visitor Center is at milepost 384 in North Carolina.
And there you go, folks. You can visit blueridgeparkway.org and find out all the details you need to know to plan your Blue Ridge Parkway excursion.
And I love reading about their suggested itineraries, their interactive map, and I also downloaded the app.
Oh, thanks for sharing there, Chris.